Hey everyone, it's your family doctor here. Thanks for joining me today. So, I want to talk about something I find myself bringing up in my clinic almost every single day. You turn on the TV, you scroll through your phone, and everyone is telling you the same thing. You've got to work out, you've got to run 5 miles a day, sweat it all out, get that heart rate up. And I'm here to tell you that idea, it's just not right for everyone, especially if you're over 40, 50, or 60, or if you've been feeling run down, recovering from an illness, or just not as strong as you used to be. If you go out there and start pounding the pavement like a 20-year-old, honestly, you might be doing more harm than good. You could be shortening your life, not extending it. Let me explain why. In traditional medicine, and I want to be clear, this is a framework that has been used for thousands of years. We talk about your vital energy, your chi. Think of it like the sun in the sky. When that energy is scattered and lost, it's like a day without sunlight. Running at full speed is a vigorous dispersing activity. When you sprint, your pores open wide and sweat pours out like rain. But here's the thing, that sweat isn't just water. In this view, it's connected to your heart and your core vitality. You're not just losing water, you're losing your essence, your protective energy for a young person with energy to burn. Sure, running can be a great release. It helps them blow off that excess heat. But for those of us who want to build long-term health, to preserve our energy for the long haul, to strengthen our foundation, excessive running can feel like you're robbing your own savings account. You're taking from your reserves rather than building them up. Have you ever looked at the faces of hardcore, lifelong marathon runners? I mean, really looked. Sometimes their skin can look quite weathered, with more wrinkles, less of that healthy glow. Why? Because their energy is being used up on the outside, leaving less for repair and renewal on the inside. Their vitality is being drained. Real wellness isn't about exhausting yourself to the point of collapse. It's about knowing how to conserve, how to gather that energy back in, store it deep within, in your core, in your center. So today I've put together 10 simple methods for you. No running required, no expensive gym memberships, no special equipment. You don't even have to leave your house. These are practices rooted in centuries of wisdom designed to work with your body's natural rhythms and cycles. If you can stick with just a few of these for 1 month, just 1 month, I think you'll be amazed. Your hands and feet will feel warmer, your sleep will get deeper, your energy will come back, your mood will lift, and honestly, it's way more effective than any supplement you can buy at the store or any expensive treatment you might be considering. Let's get into it. Number one, sleep. It sounds so simple, right? We all know we need sleep, but it's often the hardest one to actually do. Most people don't know how to sleep properly anymore. In traditional medicine, when you lie down, your blood returns to your liver to be cleansed and restored. Your liver is like your body's filter, and it does its heavy work at night when you're resting. But look at when most of us go to bed these days: midnight, 1 a.m., 2 a.m. Still scrolling through social media, still watching videos, still answering emails. Our bodies are running on empty. From a circadian rhythm standpoint, the hours between 11 p.m. and 3 a.m. are absolutely critical. Your body has 12 main energy channels, and they flow in 2-hour blocks between 11 p.m. and 1 a.m. Your gallbladder is doing its deep work. Between 1 a.m. and 3 a.m., it's your liver's turn. These two organs are responsible for detox, decision making, and strategic thinking. If you're awake during those hours, they simply can't do their job properly. What happens when you chronically stay up late? Your eyes get dry, your vision blurs, you feel that mental fog, that brain fog that makes it hard to concentrate. You might get irritable or anxious for no obvious reason. You might snap at your spouse or your kids. Modern medicine will tell you it crushes your immune system and increases your risk for everything from colds to heart disease. And this framework explains it as draining your deepest reserves, your kidney energy, your true essence. So what's the fix? The best tonic I know isn't some expensive supplement from the health food store. It's what I call a good night's sleep, especially the early night. Aim to be in bed by 10:30 p.m. and asleep by 11. That's when your body's natural cooling, restoring, and rebuilding cycle begins. You're syncing up with the natural rhythms of the earth. When the sun goes down and the world gets quiet, your energy should be going inward too. Now, I know what you're thinking, but doc, I can't sleep. I lie there for hours. Trust me. I hear this from so many of my patients. A very common pattern is what we call heart-kidney imbalance. Your mind is racing, full of fire and worry, but your body is cold and tired. The energy can't connect. Your heart fire is stuck up in your head, and your kidney water is down below, too cold to rise up and meet it. People with this pattern often have cold hands and feet, but a hot, flushed face. They feel anxious and wired, but exhausted at the same time. What can you do about it? Besides the other tips we're going to talk about, first, you have to let go of the day's stress. Don't lie in bed rehashing that argument with your coworker or worrying about your kid's math test. Clear your mind, listen to some soft, calming music, do a few deep, slow breaths, and for heaven's sake, don't stare at the clock. Watching the minutes tick by is a recipe for anxiety. The more you check, the more anxious you get, and the more anxious you get, the less you sleep. It's a vicious cycle. If you can try a warm foot soak before bed, well, talk more about that in a minute. It helps immensely because it draws that excess energy down. Tip number one, get to bed by 11 p.m. no matter what, non-negotiable. Try it for a month. I promise you'll see that sallow, tired, grayish look on your face turn into a healthy, vibrant glow. Your skin will look better, your eyes will be brighter, and no expensive cream or serum can buy that result. Number two, stand on one leg or stake the ground. Okay, so if we're not running, what are we doing? It's called standing like a golden rooster or just stake the ground. Have you ever watched a toddler? Their hands and feet are always warm, their bodies are soft and flexible. An elderly person, their limbs are often cool to the touch, their bodies stiff, their movements restricted. We age from the legs up. Why? Because the warm, active energy stops flowing downward. It gets stuck up in the chest and head. In my practice, a very common sign we see, and you can check this at home right now, is that people with more serious chronic health issues often have cold feet. I mean, really cold, like ice. Why? Because the warmth generated by your heart can't travel down through your system all the way to your feet. When you run, your energy scatters in all directions, but when you stand still in this quiet posture, you bring all your focus to the soles of your feet. Where your attention goes, your energy flows, and where your energy flows, your blood flows. It's a simple principle. Close your eyes, lift one foot off the ground, and just stand there. Your body will naturally send a huge amount of blood and energy down to your legs and feet to help you keep your balance. What's the benefit? First, it pulls the excess heat and pressure down from your head. This can be incredibly helpful for folks with high blood pressure who feel hot-headed, flushed, and heavy in the head. You're redirecting that energy. You're working 6 major energy meridians in your feet: liver, gallbladder, spleen, stomach, kidney, and bladder. That's a whole lot of benefit from one simple movement. And honestly, this is a lot smarter than just lifting weights, which primarily works surface muscle and can sometimes tighten you up even more. This works on the deep stuff, your tendons, your bones, your internal energy. How to do it: find a quiet spot in your home, stand up straight, arms at your sides, palms relaxed, close your eyes, lift one foot, and just stand if you wobble like a weeble. That's great. That means your energy pathways are blocked and your body is waking up and making adjustments to find balance. Just switch legs when you get tired. Start with 1 minute per leg and work your way up to 10 minutes total. After a month of this, I promise you'll feel like your feet are spring-loaded, like you're walking on air. Your mind will be sharper because the heavy, cloudy energy has gone down and the clear, light energy has risen up to your head. If you get really good at standing on one leg, you can try holding your hands in a circle in front of your chest like you're hugging a beach ball or a tree trunk. It makes the focus even stronger and the energy flow even more powerful. And for my older patients or anyone with balance issues, please do this next to a counter, a wall, or the back of a sturdy chair. Hold on if you need to. Safety first. Don't push yourself to the point of falling. Slow and steady wins this race. Number 3, the foot soak. You might be thinking, oh, I know this one. I soak my feet all the time, but I'm not so sure you're doing it the right way. A quick splash of lukewarm water in a shallow pan for 2 minutes, then a quick dry off. That's just washing your feet. That's hygiene, not therapy. I'm talking about a real deep therapeutic soak that pulls the cold and dampness out of your body. Many health issues start from cold, from stagnation. You see it with menstrual cramps, with certain types of infertility, with lower back pain that just won't quit, with men's prostate issues. Often the root goes back to a body that's too cold, and where does that cold enter? Through the soles of your feet. There's a specific point on the bottom of your foot called the bubbling spring, and it's like an open door for cold to creep in. So before bed, get a bucket or a basin that's deep enough to cover your ankles, and ideally up to your mid-calf. Why so high? Because there's a very important point on your inner leg above your ankle where 3 major energy channels meet: liver, spleen, and kidney. You want to warm that area up. The water should be hot, hot enough that it's a little uncomfortable at first, but you can still keep your feet in, not boiling, but genuinely warm. Soak your feet until you feel a pleasant warmth spreading up your back. You might even see a light sweat on your forehead, and I mean a light, gentle sweat. Not dripping, not drenched, because we already talked about why heavy sweating can be draining and depleting. We want just that subtle opening of the pores so the cold can escape. If you want to supercharge it, add a few slices of fresh ginger to the water or a small handful of coarse sea salt. Both of those help drive the cold out even more effectively. Then, the most important step, dry your feet thoroughly with a towel and put on a pair of warm socks immediately. Do not let your feet get cold again. If you can do this for 20 minutes every single night, even without making any other changes, I promise you will notice a huge difference in your overall health. I call this external dialysis. The heat from the water pushes circulation, flushes out the metabolic waste and lactic acid that builds up during the day, and pushes out that deep, stuck cold. For anyone who is always cold, those freezing hands and feet, this is a lifesaver. Warm feet mean a warm core. And a warm core means you have the fuel to heal, to fight off illness, and to feel energetic. The best time to soak is between 9 and 11 p.m. When your kidney energy is at its peak for the day, you'll get twice the benefit for the same amount of effort and wait about 10 to 15 minutes after soaking before you actually get into bed. So your body can cool down just a little and you'll drift off into the most peaceful, deep sleep. Number 4, breathe like a baby. Most of us are shallow chest breathers. We take quick, short sips of air, just enough to keep us alive. That's not enough for real health. True restorative breathing is belly breathing. Just watch a sleeping infant's stomach rise and fall soft and rhythmic. That's what we're after. From a traditional perspective, your lungs take in the air, but your kidneys are responsible for grasping that air and turning it into your body's vital energy, your chi. If your breathing is too shallow, the energy doesn't root itself. It just floats up in your chest. That leads to shortness of breath, fatigue, anxiety, and that feeling of being constantly on edge. The air has to go deep down. The practice is wonderfully simple. You can sit comfortably in a chair, or you can lie down on your back as you breathe in. Imagine the air going all the way down to an area about 2 inches below your navel. Let your belly push out like a balloon. As you exhale, pull your belly in toward your spine and push all the stale, heavy, used air completely out. Why is this so incredibly good for you first? It massages your internal organs. That movement of your diaphragm up and down gives your stomach and intestines a gentle internal massage. Constipation, this helps it. Bloating, this helps it. Second, and just as important, it calms your mind. When your focus is on your breath, you draw your spirit inward. You stop thinking about the 300 things on your to-do list. You just breathe. We often say that a very deep breath roots you all the way to your heels, while a very shallow breath is just enough to keep your throat moving. Just 10 minutes a day of focused belly breathing can increase your stamina, give your voice more power and resonance, and a strong voice means your internal energy is strong. If you can do it twice a day, morning and evening, you'll feel even more benefits. Morning practice lifts you up and gets you ready for the day. Evening practice helps you wind down and release the stress of the day. It might feel awkward at first, a little like you're not getting enough air. Or you might even feel a little dizzy. That's normal. Your body isn't used to this deep, slow rhythm. Start slowly. Inhale for a count of 4, exhale for a count of 6. A longer exhale helps activate your parasympathetic nervous system, your rest and digest mode, within a couple of weeks. You might start doing this naturally without even thinking about it. Your body will just prefer it. Number 5, belly massage. I want to tell you something important. Your gut is your second brain. It has its own nervous system, but it's also where a lot of chronic long-term health issues begin. That spare tire or pooch that so many of us carry. It's not a sign of prosperity or comfort. More often, it's a sign of stagnation, old waste that hasn't moved through, built up fluid, sluggish circulation, and stuck energy. If you press around your belly button and feel hard spots, lumps, or points that are tender or painful, that's a sign that your energy channels are blocked. Your abdomen is where your digestive organs live, your stomach, your large and small intestines, your gallbladder, your bladder, and more. Morning and night, rub your hands together briskly until they're warm. Then place them on your belly, with your navel as the center. Massage in a clockwise circle. Why clockwise? Because that follows the natural direction of your colon to help move things along. If you have loose stools or diarrhea, you'd massage counterclockwise, but for most of us, clockwise is the way to go. The goal is to soften those hard spots, to smooth out the tender points. To break up the stagnation, we call this pushing out the old to make way for the new. Use firm, steady pressure, not so light that it's just tickling, and not so hard that it's painful. You should feel a pleasant, deep pressure. Breathe deeply with it. As you exhale, you can press just a little bit deeper. After 5 or 10 minutes of this, You'll feel a lovely deep warmth spreading through your abdomen, which means energy and blood are flowing freely. When your belly starts to soften and become less tender, you might notice a few amazing things happen. Your bad breath goes away, your skin clears up, and those dark spots fade. You sleep better because your digestive system isn't working overtime and keeping you awake. There's a saying, if the stomach is not at peace, you cannot rest. When your belly is happy, you sleep like a baby. For seniors, this is one of the best anti-aging moves there is. You're unblocking the middle of your body so energy can flow freely between your upper and lower halves. Otherwise, if the middle is blocked, you get heat up top and cold down below, and that's a recipe for trouble. If you find one particular spot that's really painful, that's where the blockage is concentrated. Don't press on it like you're trying to kill it. Instead, gently and patiently circle that area, going from light pressure to slightly deeper pressure, and let it slowly open up. It might take days or even weeks. But with consistency, it will improve. Remember, where there's pain, there's a blockage. When it opens, the pain goes away. Number 6, brush your hair and rub your ears. A lot of folks with thinning hair or gray hair stop brushing. They think, what's the point? But that's a mistake. Your scalp needs attention regardless of your hairline. Your head is the meeting point for all the yang or active energy channels in your body. All of them converge there. It's also the residence of your higher consciousness, your spirit. So taking care of your head is taking care of your whole system. Every morning, take the pads of your fingers, not your fingernails. You don't want to scratch your scalp, and press firmly. Start at your hairline in the front and comb backward all the way to the base of your skull at the back of your neck. Use pressure, not just a light tickle. Do this until your scalp feels warm and tingly, maybe even a little red. Why is this so good for you? First, it gets the blood flowing to your brain. That's good for clarity, focus, and memory. And it can even help prevent issues like stroke over the long term by keeping the circulation healthy. Second, it stimulates the energy channels on the sides of your head, which are tied to decision making, courage, and confidence. If you're someone who tends to be indecisive or hesitant, this can help. Third, it's just a fantastic wake-up call. 5 minutes of this works better than your morning coffee, and it won't give you the jitters. While you're at it, give your ears some attention too. Rub them with your fingers, pulling gently on the lobes and massaging the outer ridge all the way around. Why the ears? Because there's a direct connection between your ears and your kidney health. In fact, the shape of the outer ear actually mirrors your whole body, with reflex zones that correspond to every organ and system. Rub your ears until they feel hot and red. Then cup your palms over your ears, press gently and release. You'll hear a pleasant sound and it feels fantastic. It clears your head and refreshes your mind. Many people with ringing in their ears or hearing loss have a pattern of weak kidney energy. Consistent ear rubbing and scalp brushing can help maintain your hearing, keep you sharp, and even improve your balance. Don't forget to massage the back of your neck, right where your skull meets your spine. There are 2 important points there, and warming that area up can help keep those seasonal colds and flus away. It's also great for preventing and relieving neck stiffness and tension headaches. Number 7, swallow your own gold dust. Okay, this one might sound a little unusual, but trust me on it. It's a secret that has been passed down for generations, and today I'm sharing it with you for free. It's called stirring the sea and swallowing the gold, in plain English, swallowing your own saliva. Now, don't make a face. In this tradition, saliva is seen as a precious life-giving fluid. It's not just water. There are 2 types, a thinner, clearer fluid that comes from your spleen, and a thicker, richer fluid that comes from your kidneys. Both are considered essences of your deepest vital energy, so that habit of spitting all the time, you're literally spitting out your own resources. Here's the method. Close your mouth and swish your tongue around inside. Move it in circles left and right, up and down, as if it's a little red dragon stirring the ocean inside your mouth. Do this left in circles 36 times, then right in circles 36 times. Your mouth will fill with saliva. Don't you dare spit it out. Gather it all together, and in 3 slow, deliberate swallows, send it down. Visualizing it going all the way to your lower belly, to your core. Why is this so powerful? Your saliva is full of enzymes and has strong digestive and protective qualities. It's the first step in breaking down your food. More importantly, it's a natural internal moisturizer for your entire body. People who practice this regularly have healthier, more supple skin, better digestion, and a stronger immune system. In ancient times, practitioners who went into the mountains and fasted would survive on just their breath and this gold dust. You can do this anywhere, while you're waiting in line at the grocery store, sitting on the bus, or just relaxing in your favorite chair a couple of times a day, a few minutes each time, and the effect adds up. If you wake up in the morning with a dry, sticky mouth, your body is telling you its fluids are low. This is the best way to replenish them, even better than just chugging water, because this is ready to use. Pre-digested gold dust. Drinking water requires your body to process it and turn it into fluid. This is already the finished product. Number 8, borrow the sun's power, bask in the sun. A lot of us are absolutely terrified of a little sunshine. We slather on sunscreen with the highest SPF, cover up with long sleeves and hats, walk around with umbrellas, and hide under trees. The result, we're vitamin D deficient, our energy is low, and we just feel a bit gloomy. There's a reason they call it seasonal affective disorder. On your back runs one of the most important energy channels in your whole body. The Sea of Yang energy, it's the superhighway for all your body's active, warming, protective power. Right alongside it runs the channel that's your body's biggest detox pathway, the one that clears out waste and toxins. You want to feel good, warm, and energized. You need to warm up your back. So on a nice sunny day, not a scorching hot day, but a pleasant one, find a spot and just face your back to the sun. Let that warmth soak into your skin. Soak it in until your back feels wonderfully warm, comfortable, and relaxed. Imagine that solar energy is charging up your internal battery, like plugging your phone into the wall. For anyone with chronic aches, joint stiffness, respiratory issues, or who catches every bug that goes around the office, this is like a free natural moxibustion treatment. It's powerful stuff. Don't be scared of getting a little color. A healthy sun-kissed glow is way more beautiful than a sickly, pale, grayish look. Just avoid the peak midday sun in summer when the rays are harsh and you could burn. The late morning sun or the late afternoon sun is perfect, gentle, warm, and nurturing. In winter, the midday sun is often very pleasant and can be enjoyed without risk of burning. Wear darker clothes if you can, because they absorb the heat better. And if the weather and privacy allow, consider lifting your shirt just a little to let the sun touch your bare skin directly for a few minutes. The energy transfer is more direct. As you stand there, take slow, deep breaths and just enjoy the feeling. Even if you live in a high-rise apartment without a yard, you can just find a sunny window, open it, and sit with your back to the light. It's better if you don't have glass in between, as it filters out some of the beneficial wavelengths. But even through an open window, it works. Just make sure you can feel the warmth. Number 9, what not to do. I can't stress this one enough. I want to say it loud and clear, please. For your own good, avoid ice-cold drinks, avoid iced food, avoid smoothies that are like frozen slush. Just say no to the ice. I've seen too many patients who looked as strong as an ox, full of energy and vitality, only to end up with serious chronic health issues. And when I ask about their habits, a lot of them had a habit of chugging down ice water all day long with every meal from the moment they woke up. Think about it. Your stomach is a warm, active organ. It's like a cooking pot, a slow cooker that needs heat to break down the food you eat when you pour a glass of ice water into it. It's like throwing a bucket of cold water onto a hot stove. You just killed the heat. That warmth, that digestive fire is crucial for turning your food into energy. When you constantly chill your stomach, it becomes what we call a cold stomach, where everything gets sluggish, digestion slows down, and things just sit there. That stagnation over time can lead to the growth of polyps and even more serious issues, and it gets worse. If you're drinking iced beverages with a meal, that fat you're eating from your steak, your cheese, your dressing, it can congeal in your system. It thickens in your blood vessels and coats your internal organs. That's how we lay the groundwork for high cholesterol, fatty liver, and all sorts of metabolic problems. So from today, please just toss those sodas and iced waters from your fridge. Drink warm water, room temperature water, or hot tea. We need to protect that digestive fire. The folks who live the longest, the healthiest, the ones in the blue zones, they're not eating ice cream and drinking ice cold beer all the time. They're sipping warm broths, soups, and teas. Try it for a month. I guarantee your indigestion, gas, bloating, and heartburn will improve dramatically. Ice cream, frozen yogurt, shaved ice, ice cold smoothies, same thing. Try to cut back or eliminate them entirely. At least eat them rarely as a treat, not a daily habit, when you buy a drink anywhere. Ask for room temperature or no ice. It's such a small change, but it makes a huge difference over time. And if you take fruit out of the fridge, let it come to room temperature before you eat it. Watermelon, cantaloupe, and other cooling fruits are already cold by nature when they're actually chilled. It's a double blow to your digestive system. Let them warm up on the counter for 30 minutes before you enjoy them. Number 10, the mindset, have fewer cares. This one, my friends, is the most important of all. The oldest, most famous medical text tells us, be calm and free from desires, and your true energy will flow. When your mind is at peace within, where can illness come from? That's the gold standard. I tell my patients every single day, half of modern illness is from what we eat and half is from what we think about. The other half, okay, I know that's more than 100%, but you get my point. We worry about our kids, their grades, their futures. We worry about our jobs, our bosses, our deadlines. We worry about our stocks, our mortgages, our retirement. We worry about our parents, our health, our weight, our relationships. That worry attacks your digestive health. That fear harms your core strength. That anger stresses your liver. That sadness damages your lungs. Our emotions are constantly pulling on our organs, draining our energy, and weakening our defenses. We need to learn to do less to simplify, especially at our age. And by that, I mean once we're past 30 or 40, we have to remember that our children have their own paths to walk. We can't carry their burdens for them. We need to bring our focus back to ourselves, to our own well-being. Give yourself time every day to just sit, to stare at the wall, to do absolutely nothing. Let your mind be empty for a few minutes, because if it's full of anxiety, plans, and regrets, where's the peace supposed to settle in? There's no room for it. Try this every single day. Find a quiet spot in your home, sit down comfortably, close your eyes, and just watch your breath in and out. If thoughts pop up, and they will, they always do, just let them pass by like clouds in the sky. Don't grab onto them, don't fight them, don't judge them, just notice them and let them go. Come back to your breath. It's tough at first, maybe even impossible for more than a minute, but with practice, your mind will settle and you'll find that inner quiet. Why do some people struggle so much to recover from serious illness? Often it's because they're consumed by fear, they're scared to death. Literally, their minds are so full of terror that there's no space for healing. If you can keep a childlike heart, laughing when it's funny, sleeping when you're tired, not holding on to grudges, not getting caught up in past mistakes, you create a state where the body can be open, clear, and receptive. And that clear, open state is a state of health. Find a simple hobby that brings you joy. Start a small garden, even just a few pots on a windowsill. Get a fish tank and watch the fish swim. Try your hand at painting or calligraphy, even if you're not good at it, or just take a walk in the park every day and chat with a neighbor. Having something to focus on besides your endless worries helps more than you know. When your mood is good, your energy flows smoothly. And when your energy flows, your body follows. This isn't just empty philosophy. It's based on real observed patterns. All right, those are the 10 tips I wanted to share with you today. 10 simple, practical, free things you can do to start building real health from the ground up. Don't try to do all of them at once. That's just too much pressure. And you'll give up by Wednesday. Pick just one or two that feel doable and appealing to you. Maybe the foot soak, maybe getting to bed earlier, maybe just starting with the breathing. Stick with it for a week. When you see even a small result, better sleep, warmer hands, less bloating, you'll be motivated to keep going. Then add another. Your body takes time to change. You didn't get here overnight, and you won't get out of it overnight. Be patient with yourself. Give it a month. Go slow. Be steady, and you will feel the subtle, real, lasting differences. Start small. Your body will thank you, and honestly, you deserve it. We'll talk about some more helpful tips next time. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I'll see you in the next video. And as always, if you're dealing with any specific health concerns, please schedule a visit with your primary care doctor. I'm here to help you understand the science and the tradition, but I'm not here to replace professional medical advice. Take care of yourselves. Everyone, I'll see you soon.